And welcome to the HS Game Time Live Blitz. I'm Pep Fernandez. David Zink, the sports editor for the Press Enterprise here on the end, and of course this guy in the middle. Aside to his duties with HS Game Time and being a guest analyst, got a new gig, new head coach for Ramona High School. Congratulations, Coach Vinny Fazio.
Yeah, thanks very much. We're really excited. It's a cool place. We can't wait to get going.
And we're going to break down our state championship games for basketball, kind of wrap up the basketball season, and also give you some updates on some of our top baseball and softball teams coming up here live from Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We cannot thank them enough for hosting our HS Game Time Live Blitz every single Wednesday, and we do it live. But first, Zink, we're going to talk football, and this guy's a wealth of knowledge. San Bernardino County roots, Riverside County roots now, and I hit some people up on Twitter to ask, what do you want to know from Coach Fazio? What's the good stuff? So first of all, Jeff,
I jumped to the front of the list.
What do you want to know, Zink?
I want to know what kind of ram pride this guy has. I mean, he's kind of jumping around. He was an Eagle, then a Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Now
he was a Carter Lion before that,
Run the gamut of colors too.
Yeah, I know. Back in the blue.
Red
Back in the blue.
And now blue and white. You're all over the place.
You know what? It's going to be really cool. Ramona is a cool place. It's a great school with great tradition. We have John Tibbles is an amazing athletic director, and there's a commitment there, and the kids are ready to go. Damon's done a good job getting them in the weight room. We've gotten stronger, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait to cut them loose.
Well, in Riverside, the teams had a little bit of a down period, but it seems that a lot, yourself coming into Ramona, and Dennis Brown just got into Riverside Poly, and last year had a really good, successful season. And
yeah.
It looks like that maybe some of the Riverside teams might be rising back up again.
You can't say enough good things about what Coach Brown's done at Riverside Poly. I mean, they're just phenomenally good. Norte Vista has been good. La Sierra has had some years recently where they've been really, really good. So I think football in Riverside City's alive and well, and I think there's enough good players in Riverside to have a bunch of good teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we went on Twitter, asked people, what do you want to know from Coach Fazio? He's the best, So we heard from Jeff Gorham, Norte Vista boys basketball coach. He's a Ramona guy.
Yeah.
For all the alumni out there, they want to know, how are you going to get the Rams back in the playoffs? They made the playoffs last year. How are you going to do that and improve on that 4-7 record from a year ago?
Yeah, you know what? And that's an important first step, being able to get some wins and win some big games, some close games, and get in the playoffs. That's a really cool first step. Our kids have started to learn what it takes to win, and started to learn what it takes to take those steps, and we're just going to try to kind of keep that rolling. The keys to being good in football, it's not hard. It's not a hard science. Get really physical, work really hard. Those are the things we're going to do. We're going to work really hard. We're going to be a really physical football team, and when you do those things, typically everything else takes care of itself. And so, like I said, we're excited to get working. We're not too far behind. We're going to get a full spring ball in, which is cool. We're not going to be behind in terms of that. And like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we can do.
I'm excited to see what you can do. I lived across the street from Ramona High School all the time growing up, and
awesome.
There were some good football teams came out of there.
Yeah.
82, a bunch of my
Absolutely.
buddies. Paco Craig played Ramona,
Absolutely.
and in fact, Paco is a coach of the football program here.
Really?
Yeah, Paco's been
that.
here for a few years, but Paco Craig in 82 and then in 89 again. I mean, they've had some good football teams.
Yeah, and I remember the 89 team, because that was when at Fontana they were winning the CIF in 89 as well, and I remember it was going on at Ramona too, kind of at the same time. I was young, but I remember that team. I remember kind of what their identity was in terms of toughness and physicality with a big offensive line and a couple of powerful running backs, and I'm hoping that we can start to bring that identity back to Ramona football.
Now you got to play Batdorf, correct?
Yeah.
That's gonna put a bunch of different problems there. A different type of team. They're a grinder. They really play some good football. It's a
Absolutely.
good defense and good running game.
Absolutely.
Get back to basics, I guess.
Ken does a great job. He's a good friend of mine. We talk all the time. We talked a couple of times during the off season, and Norte Vista has always done a good job. We played them one year at Carter, and I remember how physical of a game it is. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a physical, tough football team that's going to play really hard. And they've done that for however long he's been there, 20 years
plus
now.
years.
Yeah.
I think he's going on year 21.
Yeah, he's done a really good job.
Jeff Steinberg from Santiago. He wants to know, when do you want to throw 7-on-7?
Absolutely. Tell Coach, give me a call. You got my cell phone, Coach. Call or text. We can't wait to get together.
And
Hooking you up. Write that down.
I know. We're trying to help Coach out over here. You know, he's the new
yeah.
guy. Malik Lawal, stud linebacker at Chaparral, hit me up on Twitter. Now that you have departed Marietta Valley, you're at Ramona. Speak freely about Malik. This guy is a stud. He went one of these Nike football camps, just really blew up. What do you remember about facing Malik Lawal, star linebacker from Chaparral?
I remember we watched him on film, and we had a couple of different ideas. First, we said, well, we're going to double team him and run right at him. And then he just exploded us and made the tackle. So we said, okay, we can't run at him. We're going to run away from him. So we started running away from him, and then he just ran us down from the backside. So we said, okay, can't run away from him. We're going to throw now. So we tried to throw, and then he sacked the quarterback. So there's not a lot of answers for him. He's a stud. I still have nightmares about Malik, man. He got after us.
Graduation's the answer, Coach.
Yeah, get him out of here. Get him to Cal or wherever he's going. Great player, great kid. Chaparral should have one of the best defenses. Coach Hunt, I talked to him, says one of the best defenses he's ever coached. Should be a phenomenal team at Chaparral. And anytime you got that kid anchoring your defensive front, you got a chance to win a bunch of games. So, Malik, I'm glad I don't have to see you again.
Hey, I ran into your boy Alex Pierce, the head coach for the Carter Lions. We kind of run in the same circles. I was watching my daughter do ballet on Saturday. In rolls Pierce. His daughter does gymnastics. So we're sitting there watching all these little girls dance around and trying to break down some football. But you said you just ran into Alex, kind of picking his brain. He was picking yours and just kind of swapping some secrets, right?
Yeah, spent a little time with Alex today, a couple hours, talking about some of the stuff they do and some of the stuff we've done defensively. So, that's the fun part about coaching. You get together and you make friends in the business and bounce ideas off of each other. Alex, I think, is one of the most underrated coaches that I can think of. I mean, Carter is consistently really, really good. And from where he's brought that program in a short amount of time, I think Alex, he's a guy when he says something, you listen because he knows what he's talking about and has just done a fabulous job at Carter.
And he knows his gymnastics as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I should throw that in there.
His
How
daughter
was she?
knows her
She was
gender.
excellent.
She's all right?
Yeah.
She was
I don't know. I'm not.
He's rating gymnastics.
I'd give her a 5.8, but I don't know.
The Russian judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
So anyways, Coach, back to Ramona High School. You said you've met some of the guys. I mean, what were your general first impressions with seeing some of the players that are coming back for you?
Yeah, the number one thing is you look at some of their strength numbers, and we're really strong. Damon has done a good job of getting them in the weight room. Our strength numbers are good. We got to get out and run a little bit and see what we're made of in terms of speed and athleticism, change of direction. But all the kids I've talked to are committed. They're focused. They want to get better. They want to win. They want to put in as much time as possible. I got kids texting me and emailing me, when can we get together? When can we work? When can we get extra work in? So I'm impressed with that. Absolutely. I mean, that's the first step. And there's some good players there. Hosea Huff, defensive end, is a phenomenally good player. Byron Mays and they're good players at Ramona.
What about across campus? Have you been able to eyeball any other kids that might actually be kids you have not actually put on the team yet?
We haven't worked on that yet, but I'm looking forward to. Want to make it a thing where we can get out as many kids as we can. And we want to make it a source of pride for the school and something that kids want to be involved in. And we're going to do that. We're going to work hard on that. And accountability, making sure that the kids are doing what they're supposed to do and they're accountable to each other as a team. I mean, I think a lot of those things are the important steps in getting going where we're going to go. And like I said, I'm in it for the long haul. I've always loved Ramona. It's always been a place that's special to me. And over the years, we're going to get better and better and better. I can't wait to do it.
Well, it doesn't hurt that you have a beautiful stadium right on campus, and that I believe it's Sunday afternoon, you've got Pop Warner football playing all their games inside that stadium, so they get a chance to see what a great stadium they can come and play in. That definitely helps. It'd be great. And
Absolutely.
There's a lot of great football kids in the city of Riverside. A lot of them up in the Orange Terrace area and all over. That Pop Warner league is a very good league. I've seen them play before.
Well, I agree with that. And there's enough, like I said, there's enough good players in Riverside to sustain a bunch of high school programs.
Absolutely.
And we'll get our share, and the ones that come, we got to do a really good job of making Ramona a family type environment from a football standpoint. make it a place that kids want to come. And when they come, they want to stay and they want to work hard and they want to get better. Those are the kids we want. And I think we got a bunch of those guys already. And like I said, it builds on itself. We'll keep it going.
So speaking of family, can I expect Skip on the sideline?
Yeah, I interviewed him the other day, so I'm waiting. He's waiting for me to get back to him. I got a couple other guys I'm
trying to counter an offer.
yeah, we're trying to lowball him on the offer. Skip's gonna come over and join us, and he's excited. We're already kind of talking through some of the plans, and we can't wait to get going.
Well, now that you're in the same city as Skip's former boss, and probably is about as close to family as you have, Dick Brook is in town. I know he's going to be up at Montana State watching his grandson play some, but a couple surprise appearances. It's right in Riverside, no big deal there, right?
Anytime you watch us play, and if you watched us the last few years, you'll notice we do a lot of things that we used to do at Fontana. We've taken a lot from Coach Bruick, and then a lot from Coach Rick Candell, who I played for at Claremont, a lot from Coach Maynard. And when you meet good people and you work for good people, you steal their ideas.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the number one thing that you do. So, Coach Bruick's always been there for me, a guy that I can contact with questions and things, and certainly a good opportunity to maybe drive over and bug him a little bit.
Well, it's close.
Yeah, it's right there.
Now, Coach, what I found interesting was I talked to you right after the Blitz last week when it became official that you were the head coach, that Ramona was the only job you applied for.
Yeah.
I mean, so you sought after this job. It was the only one you went for. I mean, what was it about this Rams program that was kind of like, you know what? I need a job. What's it about Ramona that, you wanted to go for it?
I think anytime you want to really vet a job, and one of the advantages of the way this offseason worked out was I had time to do that. And so I looked at the jobs that were open, and there were a lot of jobs open, and a lot of them are good jobs. But Ramona, to me, has a couple of special things. Coach Tibbles, obviously, as the athletic director, is a huge deal. The stadium on campus is a huge deal. I kind of took a look and talked to some people about the kids that were around, and I think we've got some really cool kids that I'm looking forward to working with. And then the history of the program and kind of the academic vision of the school. I got a chance to meet Dr. Angulo, the principal, and we have a lot in common in terms of our vision academically too for the school and well-rounded students and things. So it just really fit all of the things I was looking for. Like I said, I'm proud, man. I've never been more proud. I'm proud I woke up this morning and looked in the mirror and said, shit, I'm the head coach at Ramona, man. Isn't that cool? So, I'm proud to be there. I'm looking forward to, like I said, being there a long time and getting it rolling and getting it as good as we can get it.
So one other, then let's move on.
Absolutely.
But one more. Solar Series. Do you know what it is, and do you know how important it is?
Explain to me. Go ahead and give me the explanation.
Riverside Poly Ramona, it's the Solar Series.
Yeah, I know.
You play them every year. You got to know that if you're a Ram, you can't lose to Poly.
Yeah, well, we're going to give them our best.
Done, right?
We're going to give them our best.
Poly on the schedule this year?
Poly's on the schedule.
Right?
Oh, yeah, every year.
Every
year, yeah. You're not getting out of that every year. And like Coach Brown has done a fabulous job. They're really good.
Enough with the buttering.
Yeah,
they got a really good team back. But like I said, we approach every game the same. Every week we want to try to go 1-0. We try to work as hard as we can to go 1-0 every week, and so it would be a disservice to think past. We open with Rubidoux. We're thinking about Rubidoux right now. And then Hemet, and then we'll think about Hemet, and then Riverside Poly. We'll think about them. So I do know it's important. I know it's a series with great historical importance, and I still hide under my bed thinking about Mark Green. Sometimes Mark Green running that kickback against Fontana in the finals in 1985. So I know all about Riverside Poly, and like I said, Coach Brown's done a great job. But we're focused on one thing at a time. Let's get better in the weight room, get better in the off season, then we'll worry about them down the road.
List of people that you're having nightmares about. So we had Leonard Russell,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Mark Green.
Oh yeah.
Malik Lawal.
Definitely. Malik Lawal are newer nightmares.
Robert Weber, I think he was.
It's been going on for a long time with Mark Green.
How do you get any sleep with all these?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
The poor wife can't get any sleep.
It's hard.
She
makes me sleep downstairs sometimes.
All right, we're going to move on, but real quick, you said before we got on the air that your wife had one stipulation before you took the Ramona job. Can you tell us, what your wife had to say to you?
I said, honey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? And she said, I'm okay with your decision as long as you go back to the Ram horn. I want the ram horn on the helmet. So I'm kind of under orders to go back to the ram horn. So we're looking into that right now, but that was Jenny's #1 deal was we want to go back to the old school ram horn.
Everything old is new again.
So yeah, hopefully this is the right helmet.
Well,
It's similar,
even
yeah.
with like Nike, you could still make it look how the kid, the
For
kids
sure.
like cool helmets and all. You got Colorado State, they got a cool
Absolutely.
looking helmet. You could change the colors of that and kind of update the look a
Yeah,
little
we're
bit.
looking
but-
into it.
But
We're looking into
I'm
it.
with you, man. I think you have got to go back.
Yeah, Jenny's all about the ram horn, so.
And I love the powder blue, but I like it as an accent more so than
Yeah.
the impact color personally.
Yeah. My
But
my
that's
dad
just me,
once
and I
taught
never
me.
went there. My sister actually graduated from Ramona. Kim, there you go. A little shout out to you. She graduated, I think, I don't know, what, 87?
There you go.
88, so.
Go Rams. As you've noticed, as UCLA's gotten more physical the last few years,
Right.
the uniforms have gotten a little darker.
And you're right. And they multiple games, and when they're playing a team of some substance is the one they
Yeah,
pull
the
that out.
uniforms
right?
have gotten a little bit darker over the years. So I think that, I don't know. I've never been a big uniforms guy,
I'm a
but
UCLA guy, and I like powder blue, but I don't know if it should be.
they've gotten a little bit darker. Every year it's like one shade darker for the Bruins.
Yeah.
So we're breaking down style and gymnastics on this show. How
got all
did this
sorts of
get out of control?
We got
But
gymnastics.
you know what? I have to say though, you set the bar pretty high at Murrieta Valley with those helmets, with the feathers,
Those are
like
cool.
Oregon
Yeah,
style.
I like those.
So, oh, hello.
I gotta get by.
Okay.
Don't mind us.
But okay. Anyways, we'll talk a little more football at the end. We're gonna keep you right here, Coach, because you're knowledgeable at everything. We're gonna talk baseball. He was breaking down Southwestern League baseball and pitchers and who's got this record and all sorts of things. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's an expert.
Temecula Valley.
Oh.
Why do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
they're gonna do against Tustin?
So many good things about Temecula
it's
Valley.
not Tustin. They play-
Corona tonight. Corona Tustin tonight.
Yeah,
Temecula Valley plays Modern Day, which we'll get to in the Boris Classic. We were busting down he was busting down the Boris Classic. I was just listening. He was talking about it.
Wow.
So we are live at Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona.
I like your take on the Boris Classic better.
What was that one? That was your take. That was your. Don't pin that on me. That was your take.
The Yeltsin take?
Yeah, the Boris Yeltsin Classic. What'd you call it? Little Sochi in Temecula or something like that?
No, downtown Temecula, Old Town Temecula. It's also known as Little Sochi.
Of course. The Boris Yeltsin Classic. Boris, it's Boras, in case you're not familiar with it, but not Boris Yeltsin. But
Sorry, we got off track.
I know. But that's what makes the show great. We're live at Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona, and we've got some basketball going on. We've got softball, some of the conditioning and the training going on as well. And, of course, the parents are in the air-conditioned inside just observing. But that's a great place to be
We, the
as
chimps,
well.
are behind the glass.
I know.
Hello.
All right, we're going to move on to basketball as basketball wrapped up this past Friday at the home of my Sacramento Kings, Sleep Train Arena up in Sacramento. Congratulations to the Canyon Springs girls. We're going to punch up some pictures here. They defeated the team from Pleasant Grove by a final score of 56-30. Even if you don't follow basketball, you can tell that's a lopsided score, and Canyon Springs really just
And it was a second
cruised to the
half.
state title.
It was a second half pull away because at halftime they weren't quite. I mean, it was close enough at half that it was kind of go in at halftime and call the girls out, and I guess it worked.
You know what? What was that? I think 2005, the last time they played for the state championship, and they lost to Oakland Tech, and Gail Hale took her team back, and they got it done in decisive fashion. I mean, it wasn't even close in the second half. In the second half.
And actually, the biggest takeaway from the game is the fact that the kids are smart enough to force I think there are 4 assistant coaches and Gail Hale to wear princess tiaras.
Tiaras, yeah.
If they won, that's what they had to do. And of course, all the pictures we have for the paper are grown men in tiaras.
Of course.
Fantastic.
Of course.
I was really kind of bummed that the guys doing A1 had put a girl in a tiara out on the front cover. I think it would have had far more impact if it was a 45-year-old
The male coaches, right?
45-year-old man with a tiara out front.
You've got some Twitter followers from Canyon Springs, don't you?
I do, yeah. We can make that happen. It's not too late. We can still do a made-for-TV event and have those coaches put that on. Got me thinking, if you guys win the River Valley League this season, maybe you can shave some ram horns in the side of your hair.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know.
Day to day. I won't go too far yet.
So you don't want to commit that far? No,
Not yet.
All right, and also congratulations to Centennial, the boys.
Yeah.
phenomenal season. I mean, they beat some very good teams to reach the state championship game, but they lost to Monte Vista from Danville, 66-55. Head coach Josh Giles went on the record in the Press Enterprise saying this team just picked a really bad night to have a bad shooting night against a very good team, and it just didn't work out. But they got a lot of
shot the lights out, didn't they? I mean,
here he goes.
You get the right game. I mean, weren't they some absurd number from the 3-point line?
Right.
And I mean, when you pick the state championship to shoot the best you've shot all year from the 3-point line, that's a game probably that if Centennial plays it again and again, they have a good chance to win it. Caught them on the wrong night.
Exactly, and they've had games where they were the Monte Vista for that game, where they really
absolutely
lit it up and got dispatched of another foe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and let's see, Deontay North and Marcus Ford are the only seniors on that team, so they're still loaded. There's, they're gonna have another run in them at least for a couple more years. And
That's a big friend of the program.
Josh Giles and I are like, hold on, I gotta drop my pen. We're like this. So we're tight. I love Centennial, and they had a great year, and we're very happy for them.
They're decent athletically at Centennial.
Yeah, football, basketball, they do okay.
They do a decent job athletically there.
You're right. I never thought of that
before. That's good analysis.
That's great.
And the basketball season will wrap up with a couple All-Star games. We had the Desert Valley All-Star game, which you're looking some pictures at right now from Vista Marietta High School last week. Deshaun Taylor from North was the MVP in that game. He'll also be in the Inland Empire All-Star game as San Bernardino County goes against Riverside County. This Friday, Cajon High School, the girls play at 6, the boys at 8, and it will be Ray Jemerson from Eisenhower going against the great Mike Barty from North.
Man, you never smile.
Mike Barty,
well,
win or lose.
It's rare.
Yeah, win or lose.
Again, I hate to throw too much credit to my Rialto guys, but Ray Jemerson, what a fabulous job Ray Jemerson has done in 2 years at Eisenhower, taking over kind of under the strangest of circumstances 2 years ago and leading the team to a league championship, and then repeating, in his second year, 2 years as a head coach at Eisenhower, 2 CBL championships.
He did inherit a program with some talent, though.
Absolutely, and absolutely. But
you're right.
Give Ray some credit. It has been, he was kind of thrust into the position and has done a really good job. And he's a great dude too. One of my favorite guys in coaching. Good football player, good basketball player. He actually gets out there and plays a little bit. He can play. Oh yeah, coach can ball, man. So credit to Coach Jemerson. Great year by him.
Do you ball? Do you basketball? Do you hoop it up?
I'm too fat now. I used to when I was younger. I could play a little bit, but it's passed me by.
Wait a minute. Wasn't the last time he was in, he was like raining threes?
No, you know what? That's going to be your league rival, Jeff Roney at La Sierra.
That's right.
He was draining threes.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
That's who it was. It was Roney ball.
Here.
Yeah, it was here. Roney ball, man. Went outside.
Yeah, too fat now. I used to be able to do it, but can't move anymore.
Coach, when you get that block in your head, you'll never get through it. You just
You're
gotta
right.
say yes.
You're right.
Yes,
I probably
I'm a
won't.
basketball player.
You're probably thinking, I'm going to steal that line. I'm telling that to my players at Ramona. Get the block out of your head. Just run through it. All right, we are live at Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona, and now we move to baseball. We kind of touched on it a little bit. Corona is playing Tustin for the Anaheim Lions Championship tonight. They're going to first pitch, I think, 7 o'clock or something like that.
It will be the first time an inland team has won that tournament, I guess.
What, 34, 35 years?
It's very old. It's an older tournament, yes.
Yeah, so good luck to head coach Andy Wise. He hit me up on Twitter and said, hey, we're going to be out there. Will somebody be out there? And that's where I think Kyle's out there, right?
Kyle's out there, and actually one of our photographers is out there shooting.
So Andy Wise, we got you covered, and I'll see you at a game very soon. And then meanwhile, at the Boris Yeltsin Classic down there in Orange County somewhere. So
that's very wrong. I apologize.
It's funny though. It's funny. Temecula Valley and Vista Marietta are in the semifinals. Kyle Plantier with a walk-off RBI single for the Golden Bears to beat Valencia 7-6 the other night. So they'll play Mater Dei in the semis. Vista Marietta, they got a big game from a guy named Colton Gerhardt. He played football, I think, at Vista, and he had a big game on the baseball diamond.
Did he?
Both those guys were pretty good football
that's
players.
true.
Kyle
Kyle
Plantier's a
Plantier,
pretty good football player too. Kyle Plantier going to be a big West guy. Santa Barbara Gaucho, I believe.
Really?
He's really
baseball. Yeah.
Boy, they're loading up. They got Metarosian.
Yeah,
too,
Shane
right?
Metarosian.
Kyle Plantier is a really impressive athlete. Was really good on the football field too, and obviously Colton Gerhardt is Colton Gerhardt. But weird start for Vista Murrieta in the Southwestern League. Start 0-3. That's a weird deal. They're going to have to get going in the league. They've fallen off the pace a little bit.
He's right.
I didn't know that.
He was breaking it out. Yeah, Kyle Glazer and I were talking about it.
Yeah.
They go out and they lose a couple league games, and then they go and beat, Jay Sarah, number 13 in the nation.
country.
Yeah, so they beat them. So they'll play Glendora in the semis.
Yeah.
Both those games, the semis are on Thursday. And then Great Oak has a chance to finish as high as fifth place. They're playing in the consolation bracket, but they can finish as high as fifth. They're taking on the defending CIF champion in Division II, Cypress. That's tonight in the consolation semi. So 3 Southwestern League teams with the possibility to finish in the top 5.
Likely.
At the Boris Classic. Yeah, very good chance. So, and then meanwhile at the Talkwitz tournament, Talkwitz taking on Chino. They're probably wrapping up right about now, and Talkwitz trying to get it done.
It's already over.
It's got to be over, right?
The first inning it was over. Oh. Well, Talkwitz has been killing teams.
They've been outscoring teams. I mean, like football score kind of things, like 21-6, and some of those things.
3 games they scored like 35 runs.
So they lost in the Dick's Sporting Goods tournament a little bit earlier this year, and I caught up with Coach Savage yesterday, and he's like, you know what? We reached that title game, but that's not good enough for this team. We're scoring a lot of runs. We're number 4 in the HS Game Time rankings. We want to win our own tournament. It would mean a lot to us. They beat Heritage behind a near no-hitter from Casey Garcia on Tuesday. Let's check out some of those highlights as they beat Heritage by a final score of 7-0. Let's take you out to the Talkwitz tournament. The Titans facing Heritage on Tuesday. I'm Pep Fernandez, and this is HS Game Time. First inning, Talkwitz strikes first. Casey Garcia singles up the middle. Anthony Garcia scores. 1-0 Titans. To the second inning, Casey Garcia on the bump. Ring him up. You can't spell Casey without a K. Garcia in a groove. Bottom of 2 now. Bases full for Jarrett Veiga, who rips a triple into the gap. Xavier Padilla, Hayden Firth, Anthony Garcia, come on down. Talkwitz jumps out to a 4-0 lead. To the third, Casey Garcia still turning up on the hill. Another strikeout for Garcia. Later, it's the Titans' Dimitri Evans lining a bullet, but it's snared by Adrian Gonzalez. Great play at third base for Heritage. To the fifth, Padilla comes through in the clutch. Singles home Brayon Barron and Manuel Leyva, and Talkwitz goes up 6-0 in the fifth. Now in the sixth, a no-hitter still in the works for Garcia, but the Patriots' Aleva Hifo bloops this double to left. Aleva Hifo gets on board, and the no-no is adios. But still, 6 shutout innings for Casey Garcia. Bottom of the sixth, Ryan Davis slaps the single to left field. Anthony Garcia scores, pushing the Titans' lead to 7-0. Heritage put a couple runners aboard in the seventh, but Anthony Garcia starts the 6-3 double play to end it. Talkwitz blanks Heritage 7-love. The Titans will meet Chino in the championship game of this tournament. The Titans are on a roll and one of the top-ranked teams in the latest HS Game Time rankings.
We knew it coming in that on paper we had a very strong team, and we were going to be the team to beat. I do think it took a while for the kids to get adjusted to it. We've carried the underdog role for a few years now, and it's finally their time. And after the Alta Loma game, we had to talk about the fact that you guys, like you said, you guys are the hunted. You're not the hunters anymore, and there's a different attitude that carries with that. And the kids have adjusted with it well, and they wear it as a badge of honor, and they bring their A game every time out.
We worked hard to get where we are right now. I mean, every practice we try to bust our butt, and it's cool being ranked 4 and all, but that doesn't mean we'll slack off. We just have to keep pushing forward and try being number 1. That's our goal.
All right, so congratulations to Talkwitz playing Chino for the tournament championship. Right now, although Zink already called it, Talkwitz won. They got to win.
Talkwitz wins.
They got to win. Just get the block out of your head.
You want me to call it?
We'll run through it.
You want me to call it?
Why even play? Why did Chino even go out?
I know.
Hey, you
You
play
should've just called them.
to win
the game.
You should have just called them and told them up front.
I don't want to do that. What,
Save
you want
the
to break
trip.
the spirit of young men? Is that why you're a football coach, Coach?
Could have saved them the traffic out there.
Rainy, it's cold, it's kind of
Rainy.
windy,
It's Emmett. Oh.
That's a long trip.
There's a lot of bad phone calls coming.
Yeah, here it comes.
Kidding.
We love him, of course. I was out there yesterday. My people out there.
Dude, we did a show out at Gosh Auto Group.
We
Right
did.
to Emmett.
With Dale.
Dale.
Former Marine Dale. He was a good dude.
He was a great dude.
And Jeff Reitz. You know Coach Reitz at all?
Oh, yeah.
At Hemet?
I don't know him.
Oh, you're going to play him?
We play
Did
him
you say
at
that?
Game 2.
Oh, okay. Look out,
Game
Coach
2.
Reitz. Here we come.
Game 2, we play him. But I was at San Jacinto. You know, I coached at San Jacinto. That was my first high school teaching job. Was at San Jacinto High School. So I know a little bit about the area. And my dad coached at Mount San Jacinto for 2 years, I think, when I was young. So you know, I know a little bit. Not as much of the Hemet, but more of the San Jacinto side.
Gotcha. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You coached at San Jacinto.
San Jacinto High School.
You're kind of a transient.
Nomad. Come on.
Nomad. That's true.
Coach Bill Powell, man,
You
I
guys
learned
are
a
home
lot.
now.
Hey,
I learned
Bill
a lot
Powell's
from
a
Coach
good dude.
Powell, man. He's a good dude.
Great
I
dude.
had nothing bad to say
He
about
likes
Coach.
Pep. He really likes Pep.
He likes
Who
everybody. Coach
doesn't,
Powell
right?
likes everybody. There's nobody Coach Powell doesn't like.
He's one of the good guys.
He's a good
for high
dude.
school
Great
football,
dude.
so.
He is.
All right, before we wrap up baseball, Rancho Verde, they were playing in the third place game at the Talkwitz tournament, caught up with them. Like Vista Marietta, they started off their league season 0-3, but they're hoping it's not really indicative of what they're going to, how they're going to finish in the Inland Valley League. They feel like they got a lot of talent. It's young, it's coming around. And they got a good win against West Valley on Tuesday as well. So let's check out some of the highlights and hear from the Mustangs about competing against some very good teams like North and Arlington and Pauley coming up in IVL action. West Valley taking on the Rancho Verde as part of the Talkwitz tournament. I'm Pep Fernandez, and this is HS Game Time. First inning, Gabriel Mayorga lacing this double for the West Valley Mustangs to right center field. Marcus Cordova scores 1-0 West Valley, still in the first. The pickoff move to second base. Rancho Verde gets the base runner out, but not before Mayorga crosses the plate. 2-0 West Valley. The Rancho Verde's Daniel Abularach singling this ball up the middle. Mark Freeman scores, and the Rancho Verde Mustangs get on the board, trailing 2-1. Meanwhile, Rancho Verde sent pitcher Chris Lincoln to the hill. The strikeout swinging for Lincoln. And then later, the Mustangs from Rancho Verde at the plate. Andrew Benuelos doubling. And then later in that inning, Jordan Owens singling to right field. That brings in Benuelos, and we've got a tie game, 2-2. And how about a couple great catches from the West Valley team? Check that diving catch out. And then later, another diving catch, a little bit different on this one. First baseman Dominic Rico, the catch in foul ground, tripped up and still makes the catch. Rancho Verde pitcher Lincoln, meanwhile, still going strong in the third inning. Another K for Lincoln. And then meanwhile, Cordova, he was countering Lincoln. He gets the strikeout in the fourth. Now fast forward to the bottom of the fourth. The Rancho Verde shortstop, Benuelos. Great catch here in shallow left field over his shoulder, and he's got it. The Rancho Verde later, more from their defense. The 6-4-3 double play to end the inning in the fourth. So, to the fifth we go, and the Mustangs from Rancho Verde at the plate. Oscar Mencias flares the single to center. Jose Cayetano scores 3-2. The Rancho Verde on top. Later in the fifth, Michael Gomez lays down the bunt. He'll be out at first. Mencias charging home, but Rico throws to the plate, and Mencias is out, so it's still 3-2 at that point. To the sixth inning, Lincoln still going strong. Another strikeout for him. Top of the seventh now. Abularach gets it cracking. The big drive to left field. That brings in Nico San Antonio. 4-2, the Rancho Verde. Later in the seventh, Isaiah Viramontes, the chopper to second, gets past the second baseman. Mark Morgan scores, and the Rancho Verde goes up by a score of 5-2. West Valley's Cordova makes up for that play with a great diving stop and the throw to first for the out. But in the bottom of the seventh, Lincoln finishes the job for the Rancho Verde, goes the distance, complete game, as the Mustangs from the Rancho Verde beat the Mustangs from West Valley by a score of 5-2. Rancho Verde will meet Heritage for third place in the Talkwitz tournament. Meanwhile, they're also looking ahead to finish strong in the Inland Valley League.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of good teams in our league. We're a young team, and pretty much our whole league is young. So we're going to be competing against the same guys for a while. So we got to see them early and, jump on them and not, get not fall back too much in league. We're 0-2, 0-3 right now. So next league games, we got to really step it up and, get some W's.
Our league's always wide open. No one's going to go undefeated through there. but we put ourselves in a hole to start, so we got to kind of dig out now. But there's some good teams. Poly, North, we played them both. They're both pretty good. So we got to dig out of that hole now.
With these wins, hopefully we can bring this motivation to league and all our other games and just play hard. Yeah, it's going to be rough going through Canyon Springs, Poly, Arlington, all those teams. And we just got to play hard, play our hearts out. If we want this league, we're going to come out and play hard.
We don't give them runs, I think we have a chance to compete. We have a really athletic team this year, and we've already, we lost to Hemet. We gave them 300 runs, and we lost by 3. So if we catch the ball and throw the ball, we'll be competitive in every game.
It's Coach Fazio admiring the West Valley camouflage jersey. Yeah. So Ramona football, camouflage tops next year? Or, I mean,
one step at a time. Still one step at a time. Those were nice, though. Those were cool.
Yeah. We still got to talk Tibbles into putting ram horns back.
Yeah, we're still working on the ram.
Tibbles has to talk to his wife. I mean, forget the middleman here.
Yeah.
Actually, the problem is he's the middleman. She doesn't have to do anything. He's just got to make it happen.
Absolutely.
We got some looky-loos. That's all right.
Is that right?
Yeah, she was like, ooh, nice.
Peeking in.
It's all good. All right, and we'll shift to softball real quick. Also at Talkwitz, Temecula Valley defeating Murrieta Mesa in that championship game by a final score of 7-2. And I don't think I even told you this, Zink, but my awkward moment, because Coach, you and I are like best friends, but I don't know if I've told you this yet, but I have a knack for making an awkward situation a little bit more awkward.
He does.
So I'm at this tournament, and they've only got porta potties out, So between games, I run to the porta potty, and I'm in there, and I hear someone jiggling on the door. So I go out, and there's a girl standing there, a softball player. I won't tell you what school. And I said, wow, you must read, and started laughing. And then she ran right in. So, it was already awkward enough for me walking out, and then I had to make that comment, and she turned red. And so.
Well, that'll learn her.
Yeah.
Hey,
if it says vacant and occupied, right? If it says it says occupied,
Cop Pep.
Yeah.
Listen,
Dun,
don't you do that again. Yeah. I don't care if you do have to use the restroom.
So I'm married. I got 2 little girls. I'm good at making a girl feel very awkward in a situation. So very well versed.
Sometimes make guys feel awkward too.
Hey, it's a gift. It's what I do. I know how to make an awkward situation even more awkward. But congratulations to Temecula Valley. They beat Murrieta Mesa by a final score of 7-2. Here's one of the highlights in the game and a quick soundbite from the team as they're going through the Southwestern League, which Coach, they're good at everything in the Southwestern League, especially softball. Great Oak, Vista Murrieta, Murrieta Valley, they're all good down there. But here's Temecula Valley about sizing up against those other schools from the Southwestern League. Temecula Valley taking on Southwestern League rival Murrieta Mesa in the finals of the Talkwitz tournament on Tuesday. I'm Pep Fernandez, and this is HS Game Time. Annabelle Burris, the big blast to left, drives home a run for the Golden Bears as they go on to win the tournament championship by a score of 7-2 against the Rams. Temecula Valley with some momentum heading into a daunting league schedule.
We're beside our 4 seniors, we're a very young team, and so at times we make young mistakes. And so we're going to need to cut those out, especially, like you said, against a really tough Southwestern League. Preseason is what it is, but there's not very many teams really comparable to the types of teams we play in the league. So we got a really good freshman pitcher. She's going to be keeping runs to probably 5 or less, and we just got to play good, solid softball. And I think our games are going to be low scoring, and like we've already had 2 games under an hour and 20 minutes. So we play really efficient, really solid, and don't make too many mistakes.
I think it's definitely going to give us a good momentum into league because we started off a little shaky and then we got up, and the momentum going into league will definitely, this will definitely help and keep our confidence up.
Definitely going to give us confidence since our first league game is going to be Vista. That's definitely hard competition for us, and winning this definitely will give us a boost and momentum into our first league game.
Why do they do that? What is that? Why do you put?
What do you mean? Why not? You got to look tough, right?
What is
it's
that?
war paint.
That's a Bryce Harper deal, right?
Yeah,
that's a Bryce Harper deal.
Yeah, the eye paint, all the way down.
Yeah.
Intimidation.
I don't get it. It
intimidates the other team right off the field.
Are you thinking it might reflect all the light off you and make you so you glow? Is that what this is all about?
Whatever works, whatever you can to do get a win, right?
God, I'm getting old. Here's my list of grandpa thing. Why do I do this?
Seriously.
Pull up your pants. Get off my lawn. That's not music.
Hey, you leave Jim Alexander alone.
Yeah, that's right. I won't bring Jim into this. Also, from the Carew Classic, that's the big-time softball tournament going on right now. A lot of the best teams in Southern California there. 2 local teams going head-to-head, 2 of the best. Vista Murrieta defeating Norco 4-1 today.
Wow.
Selena Taamilo, who's going to UCLA, complete game, 2-hitter, 11 strikeouts against Norco. So huge game for Taamilo and Vista Murrieta.
Boy, Norco just, I guess, Eric was talking about growing pains and getting a team back together and getting them hitting together, and they're just not hitting probably? I don't know.
Not yet, but they always seem to come around when it counts.
They do. You're right.
Scholarship pitchers have a way of making your hitting look a little bit worse than maybe sometimes they are. So,
Oh, I thought he was talking about people at Norco are on scholarship.
Oh, no.
Kidding, I get you now. Sorry, just kidding. We kid.
All right, so we are live at Adrenaline Athletic Training with Vinny Fazio, the new head coach at Ramona, and of course David Zink, the sports editor at the Press Enterprise. And Vinny, before we let you go and wrap up this show, any final thoughts as you get back into the coaching game and you're going to Ramona and you know some of the guys in the River Valley League? I mean, some of your thoughts on besides getting some Ramona gear, besides just playing blue, but what are your thoughts taking over that Rams program?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good league. I like the league. From the standpoint of everybody's kind of local in the same area, and the schools are very similar in size, similar in demographics. So from that standpoint, I think it's a good league. They've done a good job of kind of putting the right schools in the right league, and so I'm excited to get to work, and we got great kids. I'm excited to get working with our kids every day. And again, great job by the Ramona administration getting the job hired. They were really only without a coach for about a month, and that's really good in high school football these days. Sometimes you see programs go 2, 3, 4 months with no coach. So I think that's a really cool thing. We're going to be able to get to work right away and not be too far behind, and we're looking forward to it. It's always fun. What a great job. It feels like you're not even working. You just go and you work with the kids and you coach, and I get to work with my dad. What a great job I have. I feel like I'm lucky. And then I get to come hang out with you guys every once in a while, so that's cool too.
That's where we're lucky. Because we enjoy our time with Coach Fazio.
Oh, absolutely. He's the best. People were asking me, when's he coming back on? I'm like, we're going to talk, off-season football. We'll probably do it even more if you'll come back and be our guest analyst.
Absolutely. Always happy to be here.
Yeah, and when we get to playoffs, no, I'm just kidding. God,
hopefully we'll be playing a little longer next year. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be playing a little bit longer next year.
Well, that was the joke last year too at Murrieta Valley. We're like, hey, you want week 11, you won't be busy, but
hey,
we should have been in last year. First of all, we should have been in last year.
You absolutely should have.
Yeah. We got jobbed.
But I have to apologize now for jinxing you. I've been known as Schlep Rock before, and I must have called it.
I'm going to keep the show. I mean, we're recording this, so, first week or second week in November or whatever, we'll bring this back up and say,
Thanks.
Again,
it wasn't the kids.
Rams. Hopefully we're playing.
Yes.
But like I said, it's a long process, and it really is. The cool thing about coaching is it's a day-to-day thing. You get better tomorrow, you get better the next day, and work on going 1-0 and try to not worry about the stuff too far in advance.
Well, you got to take care of today's business to get
absolutely
tomorrow, right?
Absolutely true.
Absolutely.
And I think in this business that really is highlighted, especially at the high school level where there's so much different stuff going on. Hey, let's have a great lift today, and then we'll worry about the next stuff after that.
Well, and I know from past seasons that they've got those kids are hard workers because we've seen them down at the Paloma Valley passing tournament in 100-degree weather, and they had one of the smallest teams out there, and they didn't sit out a single game. Those kids played every game, and I think they made it all the way up into the semis or quarterfinals.
And I have kids asking me, hey, when can we do more? When can we get extra work in? That's a cool thing, and it just makes you feel good as a coach. It makes you feel like, it puts a little pressure on you too, because you're like, I really want to do the best I can for these kids and give them a great opportunity to succeed. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to work our tails off every day and try to have the best chance we can to have success. All right, we got great kids. We're ready to cut it loose.
Congratulations on the position,
Thank you very
and
much.
thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for
Anytime.
not only this show, but all this past football season. And I know we'll have you back on again as well, because you're great.
Malik Lawal, keep hitting the weights, man. You're a dude. You're a real life dude, man. Good luck to you this year. Do not schedule us.
Do you have family in Riverside? I mean,
Oh, he is a
Whoa,
dude.
hey.
No, I didn't say that. That didn't come from me.
And we didn't mean it.
he's a big fan of Malik.
He's a great
and,
kid, and real nice kid too. Was real nice after the game, and real classy kid. So nothing but good things to say about Malik.
Yeah, and Chaparral, I mean, not to harp on it one more time, but they look pretty strong next year. A lot of their players were underclassmen. They're coming back, and not to say that Vista Marietta is ripe for the picking, but Chaparral's going to be strong.
Probably as good of a chance in terms of look at what's coming back as anybody's had in a long time. But Coley Candell and Vista Marietta is a juggernaut, so I'm sure they're working on reloading as we speak.
And a crazy competitor, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great dude. Fast miler, too.
Yeah. Won a few CI titles.
Yeah, fast miler. He can really run that mile.
Won a couple state titles. Or I think he won a state.
Did he?
He was very good.
Carpinteria, does that sound right? Or?
Lewis loves him.
For a while, he was the state record holder.
Yeah, he
I don't know
was.
if he still is, but for a while, he was a state record holder
And his
in the
wife
mile.
is no slouch either.
No.
She ran at UCLA.
Rick Candell, who was my coach at Claremont, had a fabulously athletic family. His mom was a professional women's baseball player. The League of Their Own is based around Rick Candell's mom,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Coley Candell's grandma. So
no
yeah,
wonder he's got such a
fabulously athletic family.
Darn it.
Yeah, it's been an uphill battle for me my entire life. I wish I came from a family like that.
There you go.
know?
There's my fun fact for the day.
I got most improved my freshman year. It was the biggest award I ever had.
And he was so proud of it. You know,
That's
he's going
good. That's good.
No, it's because they thought, you weren't worth a darn. And at the end of the year,
But he
you're
shows
like, you know
up
what?
there.
You're kind of surprised.
Yeah, you were here every day.
And hey. Whoa. All right, it's time to go.
Yeah, I'm getting kicked off.
All right, so congratulations to Vinny Fazio on the position at Ramona. We're very excited for him, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Zink, you're awesome as always. You know, I'm assuming Kyle will be back next Wednesday, but maybe there's another big baseball game, and you'll have to, pinch hit again.
Maybe. Why don't we just do it? We'll just
All
go
right.
Make it a date.
All right, now, of course, we got to thank Adrenaline Athletic Training. They are a fabulous host. They always do a great job. They always get us set up. There's tons of stuff going on all around us. And as you saw, a girl walk right in front of the camera.
In front of us.
The beauty of a live
Live
show.
TV.
Yes, but we love it here. So thank you to Adrenaline Athletic Training as well. I'm Pep Fernandez, and we'll see you again next Wednesday live 5:30 from right here at Adrenaline. See you then.